안녕하세요, 여러분.
안녕하세요, 여러분.
안녕하세요, 여러분. 저는 일란입니다.
안녕하세요, 여러분. 저는 혜민입니다.
We decided to make this video for you because I wanted to share my 5 culture shocks that I've experiencing while living with my Korean wife.
Interesting.
I hope she's not gonna kill me at the end of this video. I feel like she as Korean couldn't see the differences in these things because I guess it was something normal for you.
Yes, yes. 예. 한국인으로서는 이게 뭐가 문제인지를 찾기가 좀 어려운. Yeah, for sure it's really interesting subject for all the Koreans because it's like something that we can't recognize because it's our life. It's just for us. It isn't normal.
So yeah, let's start my top 5 culture shocks that I've experiencing with my wife. So number 1 in the list is avoiding arguments and fights.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that I can't even describe.
Me, myself, my personality, sometimes I feel like it's a need to have an argument or a fight sometimes in the relationship. So I feel really open about that. So when we have like disagreements or some big stuff going on, I think sometimes it's really good to have like arguments or fights, right? I felt it more when we were married already.
Yeah.
When we started living together. I felt like she feel really sometimes uncomfortable with something that I do or something wrong that I did, and she didn't speak about it, but I could see that there's something bothering you, right? I was like, okay, in my point of view, she gonna start a fight or argument at least now. And at that point, nothing happened. She was just quiet and just, nodding your head sometimes and just turn around and do your stuff. And I was like, okay, is that over? Like everything is okay?
제 남편은 이스라엘 사람이에요. 근데 이스라엘 사람에 대해서 이렇게 챗 GPT에 이스라엘 사람들의 성격의 특징을 말해줘라고 검색하면 논쟁하는 거, 싸우는 거, 갈등 이런 걸 두려워하지 않아요. 갈등이 일어날까봐 조금 뭐 돌려서 말하거나 이런 게 없는 거예요. 핵심을 콕 집어서 말하는 것이 상대방과 가깝다고 느끼는 거예요. 그 핵심을 바로 콕콕콕 엄청 많이 싸웠어요, 그것 때문에. Our first fight was because of the game.
Oh, like video game?
Yeah, video game, and I said it's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, because I saw how much you wanted.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, I remember. You just let me play. So in my head, I just, yeah, okay, she said yes. So she like 100% okay with that. But like I could feel like if I ask you to play every day, like all the time, you would just keep saying yes, yes, yes. And that the time I was thinking like, oh, okay, that's not how it's supposed to happen. Probably it's bother her, but she's not telling me.
At the moment, we were just started in relationship, and you asked me with really smiley and happy face, can I play like that? So how can I say no? So I thought, yeah, you can play. Yeah, 3 or 4 hours a day.
It's too much, isn't it?
Too much.
Okay, so the next thing on my list was makeup. I found it really weird when you really put so much consideration about makeup in front of me. Like I can understand when you're dating and your boyfriend and girlfriend and just first few meetings, you want to be pretty in front of the boy just to impress him. Even after we got married and for a really long time, you just really scared to show me your face like the natural way, isn't it?
Is it? I can show to everyone my ugly face, but I really wanted to show you my pretty face.
I think it's the opposite.
That's weird.
It's not weird. I think just it's normal.
No, it's not normal. It's 당연히 예쁜 얼굴을 남자친구한테 보여주고 싶고 좀 내가 못생기고 뭐 이런 얼굴을 뭐 누가 봐도 상관이 없잖아요. 그렇지 않나요? 그러니까 완전 어퍼사이드라고 하는 거예요. 반대라고.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I felt at least. Like in front of me when we're like already comfortable next to each other, you can be yourself. I mean, you can show me like your ugly side, And I can show you my ugly side. Like, I don't need to like try too hard to look like always handsome next to you, because we're already together, and it's tiring to do it every day. Like if we, especially when you live together. This is just how I feel.
I think for women it's something natural.
But yeah, I mean, if you go outside or going for some like an event or something, that's obvious thing. I mean, of course you want to be pretty, but next to your husband, makeup every time, I find it a little bit weird.
But now I'm not doing like that, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, you changed. You changed a lot. Okay, so the next thing in my list is food. I guess I had really culture shock with you when I started to notice you eat everything with rice, right? I mean, Korean eating usually just rice.
한국인은 밥심.
한국인은 밥식. Yeah, when we just started living together, like in the morning I woke up, I really wanted breakfast. So in my head, I eat like in the breakfast, I eat like egg with bacon or cereal, something kind of light.
But we too.
When you just wanted to eat rice in the morning, I was so shocked.
Why? But
Rice is heavy. If I eat rice in the morning, I will just be like that all day.
I never thought rice can be heavy. For us, rice is just something simple and basic. 이 아침에 일어나서 그냥 국에 밥을 말아서 먹는 거. You remember you said you shocked to see the rice machine.
Yeah, I was thinking like you dedicated a whole machine just to make rice. I was like,
그러니까
you know.
전기밥솥이 우리는 당연히 전기밥솥이 있잖아요. 근데 제 남편이 전기밥솥을 보고 깜짝 놀라는 거예요. 이건 뭐야? 이거는 지금 밥을 위해서 존재하는 기계야?
Yeah. So that was the time when I realized rice is important. Important.
It's not just important. It's really, really necessary and essential.
Okay, and the second thing about food, I guess every Korean likes it too. It's spicy food. But spicy food. I mean, spicy. Sometimes she would go crazy. I didn't eat spicy for so long. I really want to eat spicy. I understand if it was like sweet things like chocolate, but she's not having this reaction for that. I don't eat spicy things almost at all. I just started eating it because of her, and it's really hard for me to keep up. Okay, so the fourth thing on my list is sitting on the floor while eating. Overall, I knew like this is the Asian culture, like from movies and stuff, but I couldn't imagine myself really doing it in my daily life.
That much?
It was really hard for me. Like I'm not that much flexible guy, so
I've never thought you need to be flexible to just sitting down on the floor.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but when you cross your legs like that and you try to eat and lean forward, it was really hard for me, like on my legs.
그러니까 다리를 양반다리에서 앉는 게 안 되는 거예요. 양반다리를 하면은 이제 등이 계속 이렇게 뒤로 꺼지는 거예요. 이렇게 이게 왜?
Wait. Look at me now.
좀 불편해 보이지 않아요? 여기가 불편해 보여요. 그리고 이게 이렇게 하고 난 다음에
I'm trying so hard.
이렇게 하고 난 다음에 한 이틀인가 3일 동안을 아파했어요. 여기가.
Yeah, I feel uncomfortable. I concentrate more than not hurt myself than the food.
남편이 저희 집에서 한 2-3달 정도 같이 있었을 때가 있었어요. 우리 가족은 매주 금요일 저녁마다 같이 이제 불금, 그러니까 뭔가 치킨 시켜 먹고 뭐 이런 걸 하거든요. 근데 그때마다 땅바닥에 앉아서 땅바닥에 이제 상을 펴두고 음식을 펴두고 이렇게 앉아서 먹어야 되는데 그걸 못 하는 거예요. 그리고 그걸 못해서 또 슬퍼하는 거야. 그게 그렇게 문제가 될 줄 몰랐어요. 외국에는 여기 바닥이 그렇게 깨끗하지 않잖아요. 그러니까 여기에 앉고 눕는다는 것 자체가 좀 깨끗하지 않다고 생각해요. 근데 우리 한국 바닥은 깨끗하잖아요. 우리 정말 깨끗하게 청소하잖아요. 그래서 저는 한국식이 맞다고 봐요. 근데 저도 이제 여기 캐나다에 있는 집에서는 땅바닥에 앉거나 그러진 않죠.
The fifth and the last thing on my list is partner pleasure. Okay. I will explain what it means. A lot of times my wife used to put her needs behind to put my needs at first because she really cared about like how much I feel. For example, like even when she felt like she don't like something or she feel a bit devastated, But if she sees that I'm happy, that was the most important thing that for you, right? That would make her happy. So sometimes I know, like in a relationship, people can be a little bit selfish, like not in like big parts, just small things in life. Like if you're hungry, you're not gonna wait for me to eat, or if I'm busy, right? But I could see, like in this case, she would wait. If she need to wait for me 3 hours, she would wait 3 hours to eat together.
For when you were eating alone, I was shocked a little bit because I thought I was sure that you're gonna wait for me.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course I can wait for you if it's like waiting for 20 minutes or I know we're gonna eat soon, but if you're really hungry, and you're working and you come in a few hours.
No, it wasn't even like that.
I don't remember.
So for manner, because we live together and then
Yeah, but that's the thing, I mean, sometimes you can be on the small things. I feel like you could be selfish a little bit. That's my thinking. Like it's not affecting on our relationship, but just make you feel a bit happier, you know?
한국 여자이기 때문에 조금 더 남편을 약간 뭐랄까 기쁘게 해주고 싶은 마음? 뭔가 예를 들어 일을 마치고 오면 좀 맛있는 밥을 차려주고 싶고 또 너무 배가 고파 하는데 막 이스라엘 음식을 먹고 싶어 하면은 뭐 이스라엘 음식을 만들어서 주고 싶고 또 뭐 필요한 그 작은 디테일한 것들이 제 눈에는 보이는 거예요. 이런 것들을 보면서 좀 놀라는 것 같더라고요. 대신에 그만큼 실망할 때도 있어요. 저도 모르게. 한국어에는 섭섭하다라는 표현이 있는데 영어에는 정확하게 섭섭하다라는 표현이 없어요. 그래서 제가 어떻게 표현을 해야 될지 모르겠는데 like feel disappointed.
Yeah, feel disappointed.
Yeah, feel disappointed. But not just disappointed, but at the same time I expect you to do something for me, for considerate me, but you didn't. But I wanted you to do just by yourself, with your heart. But
Yeah,
you didn't.
But there were the big things. I felt like I did that, but in the small things, I never knew you were thinking like that because I thought like, okay, she's nice to me now. I guess this because she loves me.
네, 그래서 제가 대사관에 혼인신고서를 제출하러 갔을 때 그런 얘기를 들었어요. 이스라엘 사람과 한국 사람은 정서적으로 잘 맞다. 그러니까 문화는 틀린데 정서적으로 같은 심장을 좀 비슷한 심장을 가지고 있다 이런 얘기를 하셨어요. 그 동감해요. 그런 것 같아요. 그런데 이혼을 한다면 이혼하는 가장 큰 이유가 뭐냐면 배려 때문이래요. 그러니까 한국인은 배려를 하는 거예요. 상대방을 배려를 하고 그 배려를 나 또한 받는 것을 좀 기대하는 마음이 있는 거죠. 근데 이스라엘 사람들은 그렇지 않아요. 이 사람들은 이 사람들의 배려는 우리랑 모양이 조금 다르달까? 배려를 해요. 근데 배려가 모양이 달라요. 그리고 그거를 드러내놓고 하고 말해요. 그 다음에 필요한 게 있으면 말하라고 그래요. 그래서 말하지 않고 하는 일은 없는 것 같아요. 그래서 이제 대사관에서 그분이 그러시더라고요. 한국식의 배려는 하지 마세요. 싸울 게 있으면 싸우시고 고집 부릴 게 있으면 고집 부리세요. 이게 가장 크게 느낀 어떤 이렇게 결혼 생활에서의 큰 문화 차이였던 것 같아요.
Okay, so this was my top 5 list in the culture shock that I had with my Korean wife. I hope you enjoyed this video. Next time we will do her version.
외국인 남편과 살면서 있는 culture shock에 대해서 저도 한번 나눠보도록 하겠습니다.
So see you in the next one, guys. 안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 계세요. Oh, what is this? From where?